Hello, happy Thursday. I wanted to talk today about procrastination, and I'm curious for people watching this to share. First of all, do you ever struggle with procrastination? I think sometimes when we procrastinate, we feel unique and alone, and that we're the only ones who procrastinate, when really, in my history of teaching about time management, that procrastination is one of the top reasons why people struggle with time management and one of the elements of time management that they want to figure out. So really the question is, how do you motivate yourself, or how do you do the things that you want to do, need to do, intend to do, should do when you don't feel like it? That really is the heart of procrastination. So first of all, number one, do you struggle with procrastination? Number two, what do you do when you're procrastinating? I believe the first step when you're procrastinating is to identify how do you procrastinate. And the reason why you want to do this is that if you can understand when, any good AA program, any self-help psychology program says the first step in change is recognizing what you're doing wrong. And so when you understand that you are procrastinating, then you are more able and ready to change those actions and activities. So for me, I know that when I'm procrastinating, I am starting to clean and organize. If I am ripping apart a closet and ready to massively organize, or making labels and tags for the folders in my drawer that's already labeled, but I just want to type them or make them neater, I know that I'm in the middle of procrastination. And so when you identify your pet and favorite ways that you procrastinate, it's great, because a lot of times we don't actually realize when we're procrastinating. And you're in the middle of doing this, and then you go, oh my goodness, I must be procrastinating. And so the first step is to say, what am I procrastinating about? What is it that I really need to do that I'm avoiding doing or not doing? So first of all, know your triggers so that you can exit out of that procrastination cycle. Then once you've exited out of the procrastination cycle, the next question is really, how do you get yourself to do the things that you're procrastinating on? In the last year, I've studied a lot about neuroscience in really a quest to understand, is there something in the brain, something in our subconscious that will help us to overcome the areas where we're procrastinating? I am really sorry to say I have not discovered what that is yet. If somebody has researched and studied and found that, please type it in the comments and share, or if there's a great book or resource. There are a lot of books on habits and Miracle Morning and things like that we've talked about before that can help, but really a lot of times it's just about doing those activities. But there are some things that you can do to help yourself, and I want to share 4 of those with you. Number one, they all have to do with designed environments. And regardless your personality, regardless what you're trying to do, designed environments can really help you to do those things that might not come so naturally. You might not be so excited about doing them, but you need to do them. So the first one is space, and space is about your environment around you. And a lot of times, one of the common ways that people procrastinate, it'll be interesting what you guys say about how you guys procrastinate, but a common way that people procrastinate is organizing. They might be going through emails and deleting them. They might be doing filing. They might be cleaning, organizing, whatever that is. So a lot of people tend to organize. So if you keep your space neat and organized in the first place, you will do better with procrastinating, because that won't even be an option. Years ago, there was a gal who we worked with, and she said, I am much more efficient when my desk is messy. And she really claimed that it was better for her to have a messy desk. But there is actually clinical research that you do not operate more efficiently and effectively with a messy desk. And even though it's natural for some people to be very type A, organized, and have a clean desk, and other people not, the fact is that when you have clean spaces and clear spaces, you're less distracted, you're able to be more focused, and to get more done. So whether you're a neat freak or not, by cleaning your space, it's going to help you be more productive and to get things done. So that's number one, is space. Number 2 is people. Accountability is a really big deal. It's really what trainers are about, workout buddies is about. A lot of times people, when they want to work out, they don't really feel like it, so they don't go. So if they have a class that they're committed to going to, or they have a workout buddy that they're committed to going to, they're more likely to do that. For me, I have a friend who comes over when we're going to do marketing stuff, and it's a volunteer project, and sometimes it's hard to carve out that time and make that happen. But when you get together with someone, whether it's to write or whether it's to do a project, a lot of times we're able to get that done more easily. So people or a buddy can be a great structure, a designed environment to help you do what you want to do. The third one is energy. And energy really is our fuel. And for me, energy is really important, but I know it affects everybody. When we have energy and we feel like doing something, it is easier for us to accomplish those things that we especially don't feel like doing. So when we're happy, we're excited, we're motivated, and then you've got kind of that hard task. Maybe you need to clean the house. Maybe you need to do invoicing. Maybe you need to write a proposal. Maybe you need to write a really tough email or go through some tough paperwork. Whatever it is, whatever that task is that you really need to do that you're kind of putting off or tolerating or procrastinating on, if you have energy, maybe you have a coffee, a Starbucks coffee, and you love it, and that kind of helps to give you energy. Or you're sitting in your favorite chair while you're going through things. Whatever it is, just consider what gives you energy and put those things in your environment as you're going through these tasks, and that will help you. All right, and then number 4, the last one, is really about beginning with the end in mind. Sometimes when we're always starting at where we are now and we're just trying to push through things, it becomes very difficult. Versus if you can get in your mind what you're aspiring for, where you're headed to, intention or a visualization of who you want to be or what you're trying to accomplish, when you keep that in mind, a lot of times it makes it easier to do those tasks. And it's easier because you're motivated and compelled to do them because of who you're becoming, who you're choosing to be. And you know when you're choosing to be that person, you need to do those tasks. And so you're not doing them because you're forcing yourself, because you're becoming a slave to something that you don't want to do. You're doing them because you are compelled and desire this intention or this vision that you have for yourself to be a better person, to be more productive, to be more of whatever you desire for yourself. But when you think about that end game, you have the end in mind, that why or the purpose or the intention, it's easier for you to go, well, if I want to be this, it would make sense that I need to do this action. And so now, because of that why, your brain isn't fighting and it's not having that 2-year-old fit going, I don't want to do it. As long as your brain is in that mode, I will say, as far as the neuropsychology, when you are in your limbic system and your brain is fighting and it's saying, I just don't want to do that, you're working against yourself. When you can get yourself in your frontal lobe, you are more open to possibility. You're more open to ideas and solutions and ways to do things. So the number 1, procrastination, know your triggers so you can quickly identify when am I procrastinating. And then 4 things, designed environments in order to help yourself get things done is 1, keep your space clean. 2, design a relationship, some people who can jointly work together on things when possible. Number 3, know your energy, what fuels your energy, what gives you momentum as you're doing that. And then number 4, keep the end in mind. If you have a clear goal and a clear focus, it always helps to be more motivating and inspiring to get those things done. All right, that's it. Thanks so much. Make sure to comment below what your triggers are and keep the conversation going. Thanks.